the company basically started, the group of companies started with me and a synthesizer. I was on tour in Europe for 4 years doing concert tours, and as a jazz expatriate, because you can make a living in Europe where you can't make a living here as a jazz musician, especially in those years. And when I came back to the U.S., the question was, do I become a saxophone player in New York or more of a producer-writer guy here in L.A.? So I chose the latter. I came out to L.A., and given my stature in Europe, I thought L.A. would be waiting for me. Wrong. So the first job that I got in L.A. was actually in the computer business, which was very interesting because it was 1985, at the dawn of computers, and I worked for a little company with a bunch of techno geeks who, our big claim to fame was we developed a 20 megabyte hard drive that you could move while it was running. So we were, for a moment, we were the thing. And it was great because it really got me involved in computers and in all the way down to programming language and stuff like that at really the beginning of computers, which has obviously stood me in very good stead ever since. First music jobs I got in L.A. were writing music for Columbia Pictures television sitcoms. And that's stuff like 227, Married with Children, Who's the Boss, shows like that in the late 80s. Then in 1991, I started the company. And it basically started with me and a synthesizer. And first shows I did were some kids shows for Nickelodeon. And we got real busy from day one. And then I brought Scott Liggett, who I'd worked with before, brought him over to work with me and attract more advertising clients. So that grew, and we had a recording studio, and we built a booth and all that. And since we were doing people's television shows, and they gained a level of trust with us and knew my commitment to excellence and demand for excellence, you'd say, well, since you're recording my music and you're doing the music for my show, can you record my voiceover too? Sure. And then since you're going to do that, do you have any sound effects? Can you mix my show? Sure. And that was the birth of our other company, which is Media City Sound. And Media City is a full-on audio post-production. We do everything from TV shows to DVDs. We do all the Buena Vista home entertainment properties, all of the promos you see on those at the heads of the movies. We do all of that stuff for the mixing, for sound design. We just did a movie for Universal that's from the series Goosebumps. They're going to release a whole bunch of these direct-to-DVD, which are really cool. So we were able to create monster sounds, and as well as doing the audio mix and do the music and supply musical effects and help and all like that. So that's Media City. We do, like I say, any kind of media, anything related to audio for any kind of media. Alanet Music Group, which was the original company, still exists as Alanet Music Group. And we're composers, producers, music editors, music supervisors. We do everything from, we were just engaged to do all the music clearance for the ancillary rights for American Idol. So not for the TV show, because they have people in-house who do that, but for all of the downloads, streaming, ringbacks, ringtones, et cetera, we do all those clearances, which is a whole kind of minefield unto itself as far as related to legal business affairs. And it's kind of fun being on both sides of the equation of not only being a music house and being a music publisher, but also being now the liaison from the broadcaster to the publishers. And we were really trying to figure out ways to make that work for everybody. It's kind of a fascinating thing that we're still involved in. So we do everything from that to music supervision for shows, where we pick out music, we help producers find the vibe for a show, find the music they want to put into a show, et cetera, to music editing, and then composing and producing. We do the music in some way, shape, or form for probably 50 television shows a month. We do a lot of film source cues. We just finished the thing last Thursday night was an ER where two of the people get married, so they wanted string quartets, for the wedding, and so we wrote all the string quartets and produced those sessions, and the stars came over here and sang the stuff. So we do a lot of different things.